Hello, my dear students. Grade 3. Our lesson today, lesson 91. From the previous lessons, we know that one whole equals 2 over 2 or equals 3 over 3 or equals 4 over 4 or 8 over 8 or 10 over 10 and so on. We note that the numerator and the denominator in each fraction are the same. In this fraction, 2 is the numerator and 2 in denominator. In this fraction, in numerator 4 and in denominator 4, the same number in numerator and the denominator, and in this fraction. The fractions are equal to one whole. 2 over 2 equals one whole, and 3 over 3 equals one whole. 4 over 4 equals 1 4, and 2 over 2 equals 3 over 3 equals 4 over 4 equals 8 over 8 equals 10 over 10. So the fractions are equal to one whole and equal to each other. So these fractions are called equivalent fractions. Fractions. The equivalent fractions use different fractional parts, but they have the same amount. Here we use 2 over 2. Here we use 3 over 3, 4 over 4, 8 over 8, 10 over 10. Different fractional parts, but they are all equal the same amount. It is 1. So we call these fractions equivalent fractions. Today we are going to get the equivalent fraction to 1/2. To 1/2. We can write it as 1 over 2. Okay, now we have 1/2. To get half, we must divide it into 2 equal parts. One part is called half. One part is called half. Okay, can we use another fraction to get 1/2? Let's try. This 1/2, another 1/2. This is half. This is 1/2, and draw another 1/2, and divide it into 2 equal parts. Another one, and divided it into 2 equal parts. This part is 1/2, and this part is 1/2. This part 1/2, and this part 1/2, and this part 1/2, and this part 1/2. At the first one, we divide one whole into two equal parts. The second one, we divided it into two equal parts. If we divided it into four equal parts, each half, we divide it into 2/4, like this. So now we have four equal parts. Each part is called fourth. Each part is called fourth. Now, how many fourths create 1/2? How many fourths make 1/2? Count. 1, 2. So we need 2/4 to make half. So half equals 2/4. So here we divided what one whole into fourths. In this one whole, we divided it into two equal parts. This part is called half. Okay, if we divided this one whole into 8 equal parts, how can we divide it? At the first, we divided it into two equal parts. Then divide each part into halves, into two equal parts. Then divide each part into two halves or two equal parts. Now, how many parts we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we divided it into 8. Each part is called 8. So, how many parts make half? 1, 2, 3, 4. So half equals 4/8. This one whole. We divided it into two equal parts to make two halves. If we divided it into 12, how can we divide it into 12? We divided it into two equal parts. Then divide each part into three equal parts as we can. After that, divide each part into two parts. Two equal parts as we can. Put it into two halves. Now, how many parts we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, each part is called 12. Each part is called 12. Now, how many parts make half? How many parts make half? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, we need 6/12 to make half. So, half equals 6/12. So, now, get that 1/2 equals 2/4 and 4/8 and 6/12. Can we get another equivalent fractions. Let's try. There is another one here. And divide it into two equal parts. This part is half. If we divided it into sixes, how can we divide it into sixes? At the first, we divided it into two equal parts. Then divide each part into three equal parts. As we can. Okay. Now how many parts we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each part is called 6. Here we have 4. Okay. Then how many parts we need? How many sixes we need to make half? How many sixes? 1, 2, 3. So we need 3 sixes to make half. So half equals 2 over 4 and 4 over 8, 6 over 12 and 3 over 6. Okay. From this pattern, what do you note? We note that the numerator is half the denominator. 2 is half 4 and 1 is half 2. 4 is half 8. 6 is half 12. 3 is half 6. Or the denominator is double the numerator. 6 equals 3 plus 3. Double 3. 12 equals double 6. 8 equals double 4. 4 equals double 2. 2 equals double 1. So, we know that in halves, the numerator is half the denominator, or the denominator is double the numerator. Open your book, page number 112. Lesson 91, apply. Directions. Draw the fractions you found that are equivalent to half. Label each part, shaded each fraction, and name the equivalent fraction. The first one has been started for you. The first bar is divided into two equal parts. This part is half. This part is half. The second one is divided into how many parts? Divide half into two parts. Each part is called fourth. Fourth. So, the name of a fraction is, or how many forces we need to make half. Yes, 2 forces. 1, 2. So, the name of this fraction is 2 forces. Okay. The third one, divided it into equal parts to get half. Okay, here we can divide it into 6 parts. How can we divide it? At the first, divide it into halves. So this is half. Okay. Then divided it into three, each half into three equal parts. As we can. One, two, no. From here, one, two, three equal parts. So we divided it into sixes. Each part is called six. Six. And this part 6, and this part is 6. Okay, if we complete dividing this, this, now we have 6 sixes. Okay, so how many parts we use to make half? How many parts we use to make half? 1, 2, 3. How many sixes? Because we divided it into sixes. How many sixes? 3 sixes. Yes. The last one, if we divided it into eighths. How can we divide it into eighths? At the first, we divided it into halves. Then we divided it into fourths. After that, we divide each fourth into 2 equal parts. Like this. That is one half. Each part is called eighth. So, how many eighths we need to make half? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, half equals 4 eighths. Challenge. What patterns do you notice in fractions equivalent to 1/2? Record your observation in the box. From the previous, we note that half equals 2/4 equals 3/6 and 4/8. What we note? We note that the numerator is half denominator. Numerator is half the denominator. Numerator is half denominator. We can write like this: numerator is half denominator, or denominator is double numerator. Thank you.